Hello? It's me. Wang Hong. Bet you didn't see that coming. I bet you also didn't see this coming. Wow, wow, wow. Enjoy. 2015. A time that marks a year in history. Technological advancements. Another year of overpopulation. Another year of dreadful pollution. Man, I feel old. But behind all this, there are days where history is made. Days where Stephen Curry actually misses a shot. Or days when your favorite computer game stops lagging. It's just so sad that all of this has to reduce to 12. Just 12 events to sum up 2015. With a 5-4 ruling, same-sex marriage was finally legalized. Hooray! Even more ways to express ourselves. The reasons in court for why same-sex marriage should be illegal were considered unconstitutional. Although there will still be haters out there, haters gonna hate. But back to this. There'll be more and more couples of men and women. This is a huge opportunity for people who felt insecure in the past to now just do it! November 13. Oh, this was a sad day. With 3 simultaneous attacks from ISIS, on November 13, it killed 130 civilians in Paris, with hundreds wounded, having over 100 people in critical conditions. And this all happened in stadiums, restaurants, and bars, on the day where there was a soccer tournament. Days after, military would go on to search for suspects. The people of Paris stay strong, for this was a devastating attack from a terrifying ISIS group who would kill in cruel ways. Imagine someone being burnt alive in a caged area with fire, or someone being ran over with a truck, unable to escape. They are crazy, okay? If this still doesn't convince you, they have suicide bombers. Who would be crazy enough to have suicide bombers? This proves how much of a threat they are. But luckily, in times where Paris's Eiffel Tower cannot shine, people all over the world gave tributes, and many landmarks, such as the Statue of Liberty, has shown the colors of our beloved Paris. Red, white, blue. What a sad love story. On December 21, SpaceX, after 2 earlier failures which ended in explosions, successfully launched a rocket. Sounds boring, doesn't it? But you ready? You ready? That could land safely back on Earth, bringing eco-friendly to a whole new meaning. Although the idea is still abstract, just imagine chargeable rockets. Mars, is that you? On that night, citizens would cheer, USA, 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 as the drive for anticipation continues. The rockets drop back down. Negative 340 degrees Fahrenheit of liquid oxygen cooling. 20 degrees Fahrenheit of kerosene chilling, down from 70 degrees. Now isn't that fancy? I'm so fancy, you already know. Congratulations, Cuba! As of 2015, Cuba is considered to have defeated HIV. Isn't that incredible? Although there are no cures, they believe that prevention is the key. With the help of monitoring pregnancies and medicines, the amount of babies who develop HIV have severely, drastically decreased. There's an average of 15 to 45% of the risk of spreading HIV, but that was stopped when it wasn't allowed to spread at all. 0.8 million people with HIV positive have been depleted from 2015 to 2013. That might be a decimal, but millions. This starts a whole statement as Cuba now acts as a role model for other countries to prevent HIV as well. Yeah! Go get 'em, Tiger! In a galaxy far, far away. Just kidding. The New Horizons project launched in 2001 to document Pluto and its moon, Charon, who might be able to support life, finally landed in 2015, taking approximately 9 years and moving 3 billion miles. This makes New Horizons the first probe to get a close-up of Pluto. Not only this, but during the trip, 4 smaller moons were discovered. So not only will we benefit from Pluto and Charon, we also get to see 4 extra moons. That's like paying a coupon for something free. Isn't that just great? That's been a priority for years, and I mean years for a probe to enter the third zone beyond the inner rocky planets and our gas planets, our gas giants to be exact. Moving on, let's meet our new friend, the Homo naledi. Discovered in 2015, this genus of homos classified the evolution of humans from 2.8 million years ago brought many scientists wondering. Although the origins of why they, or 15 distinguished fragmented bodies, are still in debate, this new discovery may hold the Homo naledi guilty for taking Homo habilis' place as the genus known closest to us modern humans. The Homo naledi has traits of primitive geniuses, but they also show signs of modern humans. So they had to have a category all for themselves. That Berger, not the food, but the scientist, really stuck to his ideas, didn't he? And guess what? In the end, he got the last laugh. Get it? Because he would always smile from cheek to cheek?
Just speaking of space, NASA confirms evidence that liquid water flows on today's Mars. Over the years, we humans have thought about going to Mars. What if we were able to live there? And does it really sustain life as we would think about Martians or aliens or any other creatures? In the year 2015, NASA finally finds evidence that there was or still is liquid water that flows on Mars. On several locations on Mars, there are signatures of hydrated minerals on slopes where it would seem to ebb and flow, like water. This could have been related to liquid and was the highest and best piece of evidence to support that Mars has water. It's just so happy to hear that sci-fi movies or even news articles that will explain life in the future finally has aspects that can actually happen. Going to Mars a few years ago would seem impossible, but now we are just that much closer to finding a way to harness Mars. Although this does not conclude that Mars absolutely has water, it could bring a whole new generation of scientists to find out whether Mars actually has water. It provides a base, you could say, for other people to discover and think about. In a chain of events, people are blowing up, suicide bombing, and even just being trigger happy all around the world. For example, on January 3rd to 7th, that's 4 days, Nigeria and surrounding villages have 2,000 people in total dead by Boko Haram. If that's not enough, on October 10th, a suicide bomb kills at least 100 people at a peace rally taking place in Ankara, Turkey. And this injured more than 400 people. I mean, who would ever do such a thing? It's just inhumane. With this talk about ISIS and other activist groups, of course there will be bombings and shootings. But this growth is way too dramatic. I mean, if this keeps happening, even by 2017, everyone will be dead. But no, it just keeps happening. And this is very important to the development of 2015. Terrorist group uprisings, people who feel the need to release anger in the social world, and just other people who feel the right to kill people. People, as I say, are each other's own kinds. We are supposed to be helping each other and supporting each other, but no, that's not what's happening. Rubella is a deadly disease that could happen in fetuses. It may cause a mild rash and just a fever in children and adults, but it is devastating to babies that are developing in the womb. Many of these babies are born deaf, blind, or with severe permanent brain damage. Rubella, also known as German measles, once infected millions of people in the West, In a 1964 to 65 outbreak in the United States, 11,000 fetuses were miscarried, died in the womb, or aborted because of this, and 20,000 babies were born that were previously listed. Although 15 years of time was taken, the fight against rubella has finally paid off. As of April 29, 2015, rubella is no longer present in the Americas. It's the first World Health Organization region to eliminate rubella. Other countries plan to follow next, but isn't it incredible that our own homeland got rid of a deadly disease? Sure, it might not be cancer or anything, but it's worth it. Planets, stars, and black holes. Yeah. On September 26, 2015, a new galaxy was found, and it was about to break theories. The black hole was bigger than its normal size. It was way too big to have a galaxy as small as it is. It is 30 times larger than expected, but how did this all happen? Some researchers say that the black hole just grew much faster than the galaxy surrounding it, or maybe the galaxy's growth was prematurely stopped. But either way, scientists aren't sure whether this was just a fluke or they have just uncovered a new set or species, you could say, of galaxies. In cars we have today, computers make sure not too much waste goes into the air. But in Volkswagen's case, they use diesels, which is a process where unburned fuel is used since it uses a NOx trap that absorbs nitrogen, which is the waste that goes into the air. And basically, unburned fuel would enhance the effect of the NOx trap. In the emission tests, the car was doing fine, but on the roads, no, that didn't happen. The car gave out 40 times more pollutants into the atmosphere, even though it used less fuel. But guess what? If the car worked in the test, why didn't it work out there in the world? This is why Volkswagen is in trouble. They did this on purpose, but don't worry guys, your cars are still able to be driven, and either way, they might just put a new software onto your car. Unbelievable! For people who love robots, technology, and just gadgets in general, what about this? First robot hotel was opened in Nagasaki, Japan in 2015. The hotel would have robot staff, mainly young female humanoids, who are attendants, waiters, you name it. They could speak Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and even English, use hand gestures and eye movements to detect and communicate with you. The rooms of the hotel would use face recognition, and because of the renewable energy and robots that are being used, it keeps the cost down. It's only merely $60 per room.